Let's get real about the hidden downsides of GMO seeds. Picture a farmer who's just lost a season's crop to drought. He tries to save seeds from last year, but a contract with a big GMO company says he can't. If he does, he risks a lawsuit, just like hundreds of farmers who've been taken to court for replanting patented seeds. Meanwhile, families at home are checking food labels, worried about what's really in their kids' snacks. Some parents have seen their children develop allergies and wonder if GMOs are part of the problem, but there aren't clear answers. In some towns, streams near GMO fields have tested positive for chemical runoff. Neighbors have noticed fewer bees and butterflies, and some worry about long-term damage to the soil and water. The reality? GMO seeds aren't just a science experiment. They're changing real lives right now, in ways that aren't always easy to see or fix. Let's start with the environment. Many GMO crops are engineered to survive herbicides like glyphosate, letting farmers spray fields to kill weeds but not crops. But nature adapts. Over time, this breeds superweeds that resist chemicals, forcing farmers to use even more and stronger herbicides. This chemical arms race harms biodiversity, wiping out native plants like milkweed, critical for monarch butterflies. The soil suffers too. Drenching it in chemicals disrupts the ecosystem underground, leading to long-term degradation. So while GMO seeds are scientific marvels, the system they promote is less diverse, less resilient, and less healthy. We've traded vibrant ecosystems for sterile monocultures. It's like getting a high-tech phone that only works if you keep hitting it with a hammer. Does that really make sense? Now, let's talk about us. Most scientific bodies say GMO foods are safe, but some scientists and many consumers worry about the unknowns. GMOs have only been in our food supply for a few decades, a blink in human history. Could new proteins in GMOs trigger allergies? The testing isn't foolproof. And what about the chemicals these crops are designed to withstand? Glyphosate, for example, is debated internationally. Some say it's probably carcinogenic. Others disagree. The real issue is uncertainty and trust. Much of the research is funded by the companies selling the seeds. That doesn't mean it's wrong, but it's hard to ignore the conflict of interest. We're all part of a massive ongoing experiment, and the long-term results are still unknown. When the experts can't agree, it's no wonder people are uneasy. Now, the farmers. GMO seeds are patented. Farmers can't save seeds for next year. They must buy new ones annually. It's a subscription model for farming, locking farmers into buying both seeds and the matching chemicals from the same companies. These seeds are expensive, and the promised benefits don't always materialize, especially with superweeds on the rise. If a farmer's field is contaminated by patented seeds, they can even be sued. For many, it feels less like support and more like extortion. Golden handcuffs indeed. Imagine you're an organic farmer. Your neighbor plants GMO corn, and wind or bees carry pollen into your field. Now your crop is contaminated. This cross-contamination is nearly impossible to prevent and can destroy the value of organic crops. The burden falls on non-GMO farmers, who must plant buffer zones and pay for testing. It's a backward system. Those who avoid GMOs pay the price for others' choices. In places like Mexico, native corn varieties are at risk, threatening centuries of biodiversity. The genie is out of the bottle, and it's not going back in. One farmer's freedom to plant GMOs can erase another's freedom to stay GMO-free. Now, let's talk about you, the consumer. Shouldn't you have the right to know what's in your food? Over 60 countries require GMO labeling, but in the US, the fight for clear labels has been fierce. The result? A QR code you have to scan in the grocery store instead of a simple label. That's not transparency. It's hiding information in plain sight. The industry fears a label would scare people off, but isn't that your choice to make? It's about basic information and the right to choose. You deserve to know what you're eating. So, where does that leave us? GMO seeds have led to chemical arms races, environmental harm, and economic traps for farmers. There are real questions about health and transparency. The technology itself isn't evil, but the system built around it is deeply flawed. The most powerful tool you have is curiosity. Read labels, ask questions, support farmers and brands that align with your values. Being informed is the first step toward a healthier, more transparent food system. Thanks for watching.